851 at the very bottom. The contract to T&M Associates, purpose of providing landscape architectural services at the Ponderosa Farm in Scotch Plains. I guess I have to form it in a question, it sounds like. So my question is, T&M Associates donated $14,500 to the freeholders in the last 3 years. Is this the reason why they're getting this extra money for the elections coming up? Number 864, a contract to Neglia Engineering for professional engineering services for a traffic study. I think it was Director Graziano, or one of the directors came up, and he mentioned that part of the responsibilities is gathering info on accidents. And to tell you the truth, all that is a phone call over to the police department, because annually they actually do track accidents, type accidents and such. So I mean, I don't really see what's the really heavy responsibility for the $40,000. In addition, I guess the question is, Neglia gave the freeholders $19,300 in the last 3 years, and I'm just wondering, is this why they're getting the contract there since elections coming up? Number 868, to Mazer Consulting for professional engineering, design and construction at the turf field in Galway, to a sum of $95,900. Again, the question is, in the last 3 years, Mazer gave $15,000 to the freeholder campaigns. Is this the reason why they're getting the $95,000 since elections coming up?
Like all that we do, we go through RFPs and RFQs, County Council?
Yes, Madam Chair, at 851, 864, and 868, basically the answer is no. Whatever contributions may or may not have been made are not a factor. These are all through a pre-qualified list of vendors, and subsequent to that, when we have a project, there are proposals solicited, not just from them, but at least 3 other providers.
851, 864, 868, whatever, that campaign donors who happen to be pre-qualified. My question is kind of general. Is, they get on this pre-qualified list. What is the qualification to get on the list?
Okay, but what is it specifically to those resolutions? That portion of it you can ask in the next section of questions.
Right, the resolutions. These 4 vendors are getting these contracts, and the answer was they're on a pre-qualified list. How do they get qualified, and is making campaign donations part of the qualification process? But for example, is there anybody who's pre-qualified who hasn't contributed to the freeholder campaigns? I mean, just off the top of your heads. So that's it, just those 2.
Process, and there are a number of requests for proposals that we issue. We do it for engineers with multiple disciplines, we do it for architects, we do it for construction managers, we do it for attorneys. There are a number of RFQs or RFPs that we issue. Bottom line is that no, political contributions is not a factor or a consideration in qualifying. I can't say anything more to that. The answer is no.
Thank you.
Curious about this pre-approved list of qualified vendors. Because I could check this on my own, so I don't have to ask, about the political contributions thing. Is it lawyers, engineering firms, or is there anybody else, or is it lawyers and engineering firms? And is this like a resolution in January that's passed, and you have this list? And I can open it, but I just wonder if there's anybody else besides lawyers, maybe architects. I mean, how many lists are there?
To the specifics of the pre-qualified list, could I ask our engineer Tom Miniel to respond to that? Which disciplines are part of the pre-approval?
Well, in the engineering department, we pre-qualify architects, engineers, construction managers, and sports field consultants. That's a smaller group. It really gets run through County Council. They issue an RFQ, I think every November or so, and those interested parties submit their qualifications. They're usually They're reviewed by the law department, by engineering, and by the department head. And that's it.
Okay. We also, do we pre-qualify bond counsel or anything like that, or financial advisors?
If I may?
Yes.
We put out a number of either, depending upon the service and how we quantify it, we either put out RFPs for certain services, we'll put out an RFQ, and subsequently, we'll have a pre-qualified list, we'll ask for proposals from people who've been pre-qualified. But there are a number of different services, professional, extraordinary, unspecifiable services, et cetera, that we put out every year. Sometimes they go out in, usually the fall, there's a number that goes out in between November and December, and there are others that may go out mid-year.
Thank you.
You're welcome.